Well, right now at 6, cold is setting in. One thing you could do to make sure your car starts as temperatures continue to drop. And a daycare in Tomah abruptly closes its doors. Some of the allegations it faces and how the closure is affecting families.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Emily is off tonight. Well, wind chills below freezing on this Monday evening, Greg, and it's going to stay cold for a little bit, but we do have a temperature warm up later this week.
Yeah, we're going to flip it around pretty good this week here from what we're having right now with cold conditions or very cold conditions. The one going for us is the snowpack is very limited or really non-existent depending on you are, but we still got some wind chills going on. Right now we're going to be in that minus 20 to minus 30 and probably closer to minus 20 to 25, so exposed skins can freeze in 30 minutes. And then you see as you get further down on the temperatures, it only takes like less than 5 minutes to expose. So we are dealing with the wind chills this evening. And right now, currently wind chills are minus 10 up to Ladysmith, but overall there's some areas that are closer to 0 or above. We do have a little bit of cloud cover in play right now, and the winds aren't quite as strong yet in some areas. But this evening, really for La Crosse, we're going to have some cloud cover that'll keep the temperatures kind of steady. A little bit of a wind chill, but the winds aren't terribly too bad right now. Similar story for Eau Claire. There's a little bit of cloud cover, colder temps there. They'll see the wind chills get down to the negatives, and then we'll see less clouds overall as we go throughout the night. There's your cloud cover kind of coming in a lot more to the south, but it does help to kind of stabilize that temperature a little bit. We'll see that probably through midnight, and then we'll start seeing clearing skies. Overall, all this cloud cover associated with a low that's well to the southwest, not going to impact us other than some clouds. So definitely Tuesday, you're going to need to bundle all up once again, especially in the morning hour. But as Ken said, we do have a change in the script. And if you like warmer or at least milder conditions, we got that towards the end of the week. And then we flip it back, too. And we'll break all that down a bit later in the broadcast.
We're flip-flopping all over the place
all
this
over.
month. Thank you, Greg. Well, when it's cold like this, it can certainly take a toll on your vehicle and even lead to a car emergency. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall is live outside, braving the cold, to tell us how you can keep your car running smoothly. Jeremy.
Yeah, Ken, Skylar Klatt, a service advisor for Cooley Auto, recommends everyone gets their tires rotated. He says they should be rotated every 4,000 to 5,000 miles. This will help them last longer. He also recommends going the speed limit because faster RPMs can impact the amount of gas you have in your car.
In most cases, especially at highway speeds, in town you're really not going to vary a whole lot. Highway speeds, most vehicles get pretty good fuel economy between that 60 to 70 mile an hour range. Once you do go typically over that 70 mile an hour range, engine's going to be running at faster revolutions, and you're going to consume more fuel that way.
And he adds, getting your battery checked. The frigid temperatures can slow down chemical reactions in batteries, causing them to reduce power. He also tells me you should replace the wiper blades because the snow and ice could damage them. He recommends doing that before the winter and after the winter. Ken.
All right, Jeremy, thanks very much. And another reminder, you can track weather on your block by downloading our First Warn weather app. You can easily find it at the App Store or on Google Play. The names of the 2 men killed in a basket lift failure in Galesville have been released. The accident happened Saturday. According to the Trempealeau County Sheriff's Office, 63-year-old Douglas Poss and 61-year-old Ryan Poss were in the lift trimming trees. The release says the lift was positioned on a slope, which caused it to tip over. A new shuttle service will link La Crosse's regional airport to the Twin Cities. Starting April 1st, Sun Country Airlines and the Landline Company will provide a coach service in partnership with the La Crosse Regional Airport. Sun Country Airline travelers will be able to schedule shuttles to and from MSP. Arrangements can be made through the airlines or online. La Crescent is set to receive $229,000 of federal funding for railroad crossing safety improvements. According to a release from U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith, both of Minnesota, the project will assess the safety of 4 rail crossings in the city. They hope to eliminate one of the crossings and add protective devices, signals, and signs. The money for the project comes from the federal bipartisan infrastructure law. Wisconsin State Party Chair Ben Wickler on the Democrats grabbing a key endorsement to lead the National Democratic Committee. Stacey Abrams is backing Wickler. The 2-time governor nominee in Georgia calls him battle-tested. The move comes after Senator Chuck Schumer also backed Wickler for DNC chair. The La Crosse Area Chamber of Commerce members revealed their legislative priorities today. The chamber hosted State Senator Brad Pfaff as well as Representatives Tara Johnson and Jill Billings at their January forum. Legislators gave members an update on their goals and offered a preview of this upcoming session. Members also shared what they hope to see accomplished in Madison.
There's an important aspect of listening to folks. You know, we gather in the beginning and spend time just having conversations.
Billings says a large focus of the conversation was the upcoming state biennial budget. Chamber members expressed interest in issues like child care, the workforce, and taxes. The La Crosse Board of Public Works backing a plan today to move the Cameron Park Farmers Market. The new location will be Burns Park. The vote comes after commissioners okayed a request to move the event because of low attendance numbers. Tonight, more questions than answers after Atoma Daycare suddenly closed. And those questions are tied to some serious allegations. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live in the newsroom tonight with the story. Grace.
Last week, leaving several families without child care. Today, I spoke with daycare administration about
Kids and Company Daycare closed last week after the VA ended their lease due to compliance issues. That closure brought to light a series of violations filed with the Department of Children and Families over the last 3 years.
They have found that the version of events was somewhere in between what was being alleged and what was actually happening. Action needed to be taken, not action at the level where someone needed to be fired.
To do with the closure, and also that Kids and Company does not plan on reopening. Coming up, a love of classroom and community. We'll head to La Crosse's South Side for our latest top-notch teacher. Up next.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
T-Mobile keeps you connected on America's largest and fastest 5G network. Right now, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/keep-and-switch.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you have trouble opening a window or keeping one in place, you may have frame damage, worn materials, or even hidden problems you can't see. You need a trusted window company to evaluate it, check for hidden issues, and possibly replace the window. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Buy one window, get 50% off your second window. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions or something less.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information. Top Notch Teacher is sponsored by Viterbo University and Dahl Honda.
La Crosse's South Side is where we find our latest nominee, someone whose efforts to improve both her class and community doesn't end at 3 p.m. It's a round-the-clock job.
Table 4 is clean.
Delane Swanson loves where she's at.
Seated.
Her 4th year at Hinchin Elementary, teaching the 4th grade.
Old enough to have some real conversations with, to really understand some things. Young enough that they're still really looking for direction and guidance.
She also loves keeping a full plate.
There you go. Perfect.
She's part of school district committees. She coaches basketball. She doesn't slow down.
You name it, I try to do it. Kind of just a go, go, go. I like to be active. I like to be moving. So if I just go home, it's boring to me.
And if there's a community event her students will be at, she'll be there too, as an extra show of support.
My whole big teaching philosophy is that wraparound. So it's not only what happens in the classroom, but kids and lives are just so much more complex than the 6 hours a day we see them here.
Goes to their neighborhoods, sees them in places where they see where they belong, and when they see her there, they know, oh my gosh, this person cares about me. And that makes the impact in the classroom even more profound.
Those kids, she says, are still getting caught up after COVID, and their families have a lot to juggle. So if she can go an extra mile to bring the most out of her class and community, she's all for it.
Any adults, positive adults, teachers going above and beyond, I think people see that, and I think kids see that, and I think it really plays into how much they buy into school and how much they can see then from themselves.
If you want to nominate a teacher for our monthly segment, just head to our website, news8000.com, click on the Features tab in our top left corner menu, and then select Top Notch Teachers. Coming up, contagious viruses on the rise in Wisconsin. Which ones and what officials say you can do to help stop the spread? Next.
And we're going to do the swing from very cold to very mild. We'll start off cold, but we're going to end the week on very mild conditions. We'll break down what the temperatures, wind chills look like, if we got any precipitation in the forecast as well. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun they're having, it's easy to take for granted how they warm up, by the fire, or simply adjusting their thermostat. But for some of us, it's not that easy. Some of us need to decide whether to heat or to eat, or to further neglect our basic survival needs. We are working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans, all struggling to pay record heating bills. These dangerous temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for us, they can be deadly. If you are struggling to decide if you can put food on the table or heat your home, please reach out for a hand up. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Taco John's just married a taco with a quesadilla. Well, they're more like grilled all-white meat chicken and creamy fiesta sauce with melty cheesy benefits. But OMG's, they're good together. The new OM Cheese Quesadilla Taco at Taco John's.
Increase your home's energy efficiency and enjoy year-round comfort with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Our windows and doors combine quality craftsmanship and cutting-edge innovation from the trusted brand Renewal by Andersen, and our team provides expert installations backed by industry-leading transferable warranties. Take advantage of our biggest savings ever and receive up to 25% off your entire project. Connect with our team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Wisconsin health officials are seeing a rise in respiratory viruses. So which ones and how concerned should you be? News 8 Now's Allison Fergit joins us live with the answers. Allison.
Ken, as the months get colder and people stay inside, viruses have an easier time spreading. And there are some basic things to keep in mind to keep yourself and others safe.
So we're seeing a lot of influenza-like illness, and that makes up of RSV, influenza. You can put COVID into that also.
We're right in the thick of it, flu season. And luckily in the Coulee region, as respiratory illness continues to spread, most cases Amplify Health is seeing are mild.
Which means we're seeing a lot of people come into our urgent care seeking treatment, maybe some ERs, but we're not seeing a ton of people coming into our hospital as inpatients.
But we're not in the clear yet, as respiratory illness cases continue to climb locally and in the state.
Usually the month of January into February is where we typically have the higher amount of cases, or our peak of our season.
Simmons says there's an uptick during these cold months because people are staying inside. And right now, Amplify is seeing a spike in influenza A cases. Simmons says it comes as there's a lower vaccination rate for the virus.
This year and the past couple years, we have seen less intake of the traditional influenza A or B vaccine that's out there. So those numbers have not gotten back to what we've seen before the pandemic.
While the vaccine doesn't guarantee you won't get the virus, it does weaken its effects.
You may only be ill for a few days if those that have been vaccinated compared to those that aren't.
Simmons says there are some symptoms to watch out for and signs for when you should stay home.
Any of those respiratory viruses that you definitely have a fever, chills, just feeling like you're very run down, that's a good time to just lay low and rest and get lots of fluids and sleep and take care of yourself.
Simmons said they're also seeing a rise in norovirus, which can cause stomach pain and vomiting. To prevent that and respiratory viruses from spreading, make sure to wash your hands. Ken?
Right, Allison Ferget live in studio. Thank you. Well, Greg is forecasting quite a bit of flip-flopping in our temperatures over the course of this work week. Let's go to Greg for all the details.
Yeah, we're going to see kind of flip-flop, but it really one of impact is not the overall weather pattern. It's also the lack of snow cover in a lot of areas. So it does allow the temperature to warm up more than you would for the snowpack. Although on the opposite end, it prevents kind of the temperatures from really falling off the cliff, as we say, at nighttime with the temperatures too. So, but we do have the cold wind chills for tonight. There are some areas that are going to see it worse than others. Further east you go, we call it Juneau and Adams County. They're kind of under a cold weather advisory. Basically means they're going to see a longer duration of period where those wind chills could get low as minus 25 or colder. All the other areas may see that, and even west of the Mississippi, it just won't see as many hours, and that's why the cold weather advisory is for eastern areas right now, so to speak. But overall, it's still going to be cold through tomorrow, through Wednesday morning. Even Tuesday night, maybe not quite as cold, but still colder than average through Wednesday morning. But then come Wednesday, we're going to kind of flip it around a little bit, so more seasonal. We're talking more 20s for this time of year, which is about right where we should be. And then we're going to even get milder. If you want the 40s, potentially we could see that Thursday and Friday, depending on cloud cover. The one thing we won't have is snow cover, but I think some areas may get up into the 40s, so it's going to be quite mild. We're going to flip that around. Now, wind chills for tonight, as I mentioned, 15 to 20 below will probably be where we'll see. For this evening, we'll probably be in that 10 to 15 below range for the worst of the locations. Most of the rest of the locations until about midnight will probably be minus 5 to minus 10. That's what you can see. As you wake up tomorrow morning, there could be some areas that are in that 25 to maybe colder. You can see the coldest temps right here. Caledonia is minus 25 for a few hours too there. So hit and miss is where you'll see it, but overall, it's still going to be very cold for the morning commute, and we'll see some improvement by noon as we get back up into more of the single digits below zero, a few teens, and then afternoon hours we should be all pretty much above zero as the winds become really light, and we're going to see plenty of sunshine by the afternoon, but unfortunately it won't help the temp. Going into Tuesday night, we'll still see sub-zero wind chills, but it won't be as cold as it will be tonight. And here's your tomorrow's temperatures, mainly teens. About 10 degrees below average. We should be in the mid-20s. Then as we go into Wednesday, as I mentioned, the lows won't be as cold probably going to Wednesday morning. I think a lot of areas will just kind of settle into the single digits, a little bit below or a little bit above, except the areas further north where they do have a snowpack going on. Eau Claire's got 3 inches, and further north you go a little bit more snow. So that does help get the temperatures to drop a little more. Wednesday, as I mentioned, more seasonal, mid-20s. The good thing going into Wednesday night into Thursday is they're going to rise. The temperatures will actually be warmer as you wake up for Thursday. Wednesday night, we might have a little bit of a shot of a few showers coming through. You can see this line works its way through Wednesday evening, and then kind of passes southeast. So we might see a little bit of snow. Looks like better for I-90 further north. Not expecting any big accumulation with this, but it could impact the evening commute. We'll keep an eye on that. And then Thursday, as I mentioned, we're going to warm up Wednesday night. You're going to wake up in the upper 20s. We're going to get into the mid to upper 30s potentially Thursday. So definitely a big change in the temperature. So that's the big thing going on. And then as I spoke, Once we get past that warm-up, we're going to flip the switch once again. And if you heard the polar vortex before, you might hear it again come next week because those temperatures could be really cold, probably the coldest temperatures we've seen all season. The only good news with all this whole cold pattern, dry pattern, is it's dry. So travel-wise, we're not seeing any significant snow events.
Okay.
Travel will be fine. But bundle up today, enjoy Thursday and Friday, and then prepare for Monday and Tuesday next week too.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, end of the road. The Packers clean out their lockers as the season comes to a close. We'll hear from a few players reflecting on the season and what's to come next year. Jacob is next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Dreaming of a new ride? Apply today at driveultra.org and make your dream a reality. Hey, dogs can dream too. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
We're starting the new year with our biggest sale of the year at Interior Designs Holman. All our carpets are on sale, so you'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimating at your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
from Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
Huga, a calm, comfortable time with people you love. Often enjoyed with a good book, a warm blanket, and a crackling fire. Let La Crosse Fireplace Company help create this feeling in your home. Choose a Heat and Glow fireplace in gas, wood, or pellet. Stay warm and cozy with the Heat and Glow fireplace from La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
Looking for a new ride? At Ultra, we know some family members are pickier than others. Apply today at driveultra.org and find a ride that makes everyone happy. No payments for 90 days. Driver tested, puppy approved. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, despite signs pointing towards it in the final weeks of the regular season, the Packers had a short stay in the playoffs as they were knocked out by the Eagles, falling by a final of 22-10. It was a dreadful start for Green Bay as they had a turnover on the opening play and found themselves down 7 points less than 2 minutes into the game. The defense did all they could, but the shortcomings from the offense and special teams were just too much to overcome. Jordan Love had one of his worst games as a pro, and injuries proved to be a massive factor in the game. As locker cleanout took place this morning, a few players reflected on the past season and what's to come on 1265 Lombardi Avenue in the future.
I wouldn't necessarily say that the season was a failure. We learned a lot about some of the individuals on our team and how these players can impact the future of this building. So, not a complete failure, but like I said, just disappointing.
Life ain't over yet, so you know what I'm saying, we still got more ball to play. We just got to take this in consideration for the off season, and you know, don't forget the feeling, and you know, just put all that feeling into your work.
The love and culture that we developed is you know, it's tough to let go for sure, but when you just talk to some of those guys, you like to celebrate those moments and just, you know, let them know that you appreciate them, appreciate their work, and you know that you're going to do your utmost in this offseason to, you know, just get a little bit better.
So Green Bay now transitions to what should be an exciting offseason with cap room to make free agent acquisitions as well as hosting the 2025 NFL Draft. But for now, a disappointing feeling for players, fans, and coaches of the green and gold. And in just over a half an hour, the Vikings will be fighting for their postseason lives on the road against the Rams. A couple interesting tidbits for tonight's matchup. Minnesota head coach Kevin O'Connell was the offensive coordinator for LA when they won the Super Bowl back in 2022. And as we know, the Purple and Gold, the first team with 14 or more wins to not win a division title. So it's a road game tonight in Glendale, Arizona. But Ken, back to the Packers, we got to bring it up. Disappointing end of the year.
It was, and it was going to be a tough matchup with Philadelphia. I think all Packers fans know that, but this is a young team, a lot of returning guys, and a lot of cap space to get perhaps a top-end wide receiver in free agency.
Who knows?
So things look good.
We were talking in the back. We haven't had money like this in a little bit.
Yeah,
so it's
quite some
kind of
time.
nice. So young team, it does stink, but expectations were high this year. That's for
They
sure.
were.
So yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. Greg's got one more look at your forecast right after this.
Whether you have a design emergency or just want to shop the best furniture showroom in the area, the January clearance sale at International Furniture is the best time to buy high-quality furniture with savings up to 70% off retail price on select floor samples. International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
Are you ready for college but don't know where to start? CVTC's Fast Pass on Thursday, January 9th in Eau Claire and River Falls will help you take your next step. In just 90 minutes, apply, enroll, and explore financial aid. Apply for free at the event and get entered to win a $500 scholarship. Start your future with flexible, hands-on programs that will help you get to a career you love. Register today at cvtc.edu/fastpass.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you see discoloration or damaged wood here, that can mean rotted materials here. Cheap repairs or inserts can cause bigger problems fast. You need a trusted window company to replace the window and fix the surrounding materials correctly. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Buy one window, get 50% off your second window. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions or something less.
Whether you have a design emergency or just want to shop the best furniture showroom in the area, the January clearance sale at International Furniture is the best time to buy high-quality furniture with savings up to 70% off retail price on select floor samples. International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
All right, there's your temperatures and wind chills for Eau Claire and La Crosse. Other areas could see wind chills as low as 25 below during the morning hours, so definitely bundle up. The good news is once we get past Tuesday, we're going to flip the switch and get very mild for Thursday and Friday, minus some of the areas that have a snowpack. Might not get the 40-degree mark on Friday. But then, of course, we're going to flip it back and really watch for next Monday and Tuesday. You might hear the polar vortex come back in the news again.
Those springtime temperatures don't last for long in the month of January.
No, they don't.
All right. I might be playing basketball outside on Friday, though. Thanks for joining us.